That means I'm ready. Hey healers, how are you? Happy Wellness Wednesday. So we are here, familiar faces. Of course, I know some of you have been with us every first and third Wednesdays for our lecture series. Well, we decided to expand that, and so second and fourth Wednesdays, we've allotted for Wellness Wednesday, so we will dive a little bit deeper into some tangible medicine, some story medicine, some new technology, or anything that, of course, passes the way of HeyyHealer. I want to be sure that I make it accessible to you all as I do my due diligence in keeping the community accountable. So I'm sitting here with Dr. Jeffery Hubbard, and we are going to survey LifeWave patches. These sessions, if you're following us, you can just follow the hashtag LifeWave Sessions. All the sessions will be uploaded on HeyyHealer's YouTube channel. You can also catch previews and videos on Dr. Hubbard's page as well, but we'll go through contact information towards the end. So today, as we're introducing these patches, we're gonna start off with a little story medicine. I've had my own experience, and I like to do things that way where I have firsthand experience before I hand it off to the community. So I'll jump in with something, an emotion that we're all familiar with, especially during this time. Grief and heaviness and maybe some resentment, some bitterness as well, but definitely you know when you kind of sway between high anxiety and low depression, or just really, you know, when you feel like you're in that fight or flight mode, high stress, you're kind of overextending yourself, also figuring out your new normals or our new nouns during this COVID-19 time. So my experience with all of those emotions involved a patch called the Eon patch. I'm glad he chimed in. The Eon patch, and going through my own experience of personal grieving within my family, but also just being a business owner, being a mom, and wearing many, many hats. I have my days where I also hit brick walls and really feeling all the emotions. So Dr. Jeff came in to the rescue. He didn't do much explaining at first, but he put the patch on me, and I would say in real time, at least within the next hour or so, I started to feel that heaviness. You know, when you feel like you have to cry, but nothing's releasing, you just have pressure around your eyes and your nose, and it's burning, and you're trying to hold back and still go about your day. All of that released. The heat, my body temperature also came down, and I really just felt a difference in being able to focus and kind of coast through the rest of my day. So then I started asking questions. What is this? And so he revealed the Eon patch and its benefits, and being a stress modulator and really kicking into that parasympathetic and helping move from fight or flight to rest and digest, and being more focused, just being alert as well, amongst other benefits. That's my initial experience with one of the patches, and so I felt like this is an amazing biotechnology that everybody else needs to hear about. Absolutely. So here we are, and we are going to jump in and we'll talk about, or maybe survey, the Eon patch and some of the others, but for today we want to focus on the glutathione. And why we're focusing on the glutathione, Dr. Jeff is going to tell us about that, and I'm going to let him take it away.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Kira, for giving us your testimony. I mean, I know that that's really powerful because so many people are viewing this because of you and because of your efforts with them, helping them with their health, so they really value your opinion. And so it's great to be able to introduce this technology to our communities because it's so powerful, guys. I can't begin to explain what we have at our disposal. So let me just kind of give you a preview, all right? So these are, it's a sleeve of the LifeWave patches. And so inside here, there's 30 patches, about a month's supply. And these patches, they're about the size of a quarter, okay? They're not big at all. They actually have their own adhesive on the back, and that allows you to apply them to the skin in various different places. We'll get to that a little bit later. But the technology behind LifeWave's patches is something called photobiomodulation. Simplistically, it's light therapy. And unbeknownst to me, a few months ago, I was unaware that we emit sunlight. Did you know that? 40% of sunlight that we interact with every day is 40% infrared or near infrared light. And our body heat, our thermogenic heat, is the same spectrum of light, okay? So what LifeWave's technology has harnessed is this infrared light, and it uses a proprietary blend of liquid nanocrystals to reflect certain frequencies of that infrared light back into our skin. So for example, think about, you stand out in the sun, regardless of what your complexion is, the sun is going to create more melanin and you're going to get darker in complexion. It happens every time. If you are standing in direct sunlight, you are synthesizing vitamin D. Outside of supplements and our food source and different nutritional supplements, vitamin D is synthesized most, or it gets into the bloodstream most, by being in direct sunlight. So that's why people who are vitamin D deficient are encouraged to stay in the sun for 20 to 30 minutes a day. Think about plants with photosynthesis. Again, it creates a biochemical process that provides energy for the plant. So that's basically the technology that is harnessed in these patches. And this glutathione patch is able to raise glutathione in your bloodstream 300% in 24 hours. So why is that so important? Matter of fact, what the heck is glutathione?
That was going to be my question. So you're saying that I already have glutathione here within me?
Correct. Glutathione is produced in every one of our cells every day, okay? But it's affected by things like stress, things like poor nutrition and diet. Wow, that eliminates a lot of people, right? So obviously there's going to be some glutathione deficiency just with those two things right there. We live in a stressful environment, and sometimes it can be really challenging to get nutritious food. So those are two main reasons. And then a third powerful reason is as we age, glutathione is not produced as substantially. And so it's going to go down and decrease over the course of your aging process, okay? So what is glutathione? It is a powerful antioxidant. It's called the master antioxidant, which means that it removes metabolic waste from the insides of our cells. It helps to clean out free radicals and prevent the aging process of cells. So, just think about your cells like cities, okay? So they're producing this waste, and the garbage men are coming around to pick up this waste and remove it. If you don't have enough garbage men, the waste is going to build up, and you're going to have toxicity inside of your cell. And then that causes, right? It causes the opportunity for cell damage and then not to work well, basically for us to age. All right, so glutathione works against that. Another bunch of cool things that glutathione does, right? It helps with fatty alcoholic liver. So if you had a wild college career, if you enjoy a good alcoholic beverage from time to time.
Especially during COVID-19, you're hibernating at the house, a little more whiskey than normal.
This would be an awesome opportunity to cleanse your liver out. It removes heavy metals, it removes toxins, it helps for the body to basically function at a higher level because it's cleaning out and detoxing those cells. So it helps with something called insulin resistance, and that's the precursor to type 2 diabetes. So it helps to ensure that our food is being turned into fuel appropriately, and that fuel is getting to the cell. So that's important as well. And I think one of the biggest and most important things is that it helps to modulate and regulate our immune function. So it can increase it or decrease it. So autoimmune issues like joint issues, lung issues, any sort of inflammatory problem, this is going to help improve that, okay? So just to interject really quick, because I heard you mention diabetes. So I know the benefits for my immune system and strengthening that. If I'm already a diabetic, if I am taking prescription medicine for cholesterol, blood pressure, any other degenerative things, but specifically,
I know it works for prevention. What if I'm already currently taking insulin and going through the steps as a diabetic now? How beneficial would this be for me to wear a glutathione patch?
Oh, it would be imperative. It would be excellent because one, you're getting, like I said, that cleanse out of your cells is going to help metabolize your food more appropriately, and it's going to raise the activity level of your immune system. And all of those things are going to be directly in correlation with someone who's actively in crisis or actively diabetic or high blood pressure, etc. So importantly, we got to remember there's no drugs, there's no chemicals. This is all organic, non-GMO
So
technology.
we can take this along with my prescription medicine
With
or herbal
anything.
regimen that I'm on.
Anything, and also, take into consideration it's not going to cause any sort of exacerbation really with anything else. Now, I do have to give you a bit of a caveat, is that sometimes your detox is so powerful that it may feel like you're having some issues, but this is what we call a healing crisis.
Yeah.
And so in many instances, glutathione can be that powerful that it's going to cleanse you out. You might have a bit of a headache, or you might have aggressive bowel movement. You might have a little skin rash or something like that, but it won't last long. In many instances, when you wear the patches, you can just take them off for a day or so, reapply them, and now your body's accustomed to that level of glutathione.
Similar to that, it gets worse before it gets better.
Exactly.
Or acne breaking out into your face and then it goes away. So that's a really good point to make. In terms of wearing the patches, what is significant about where I put them and how long should they be on?
Okay, great question. So on average, so think of the technology like a battery. So the effectiveness of the light therapy and the nanocrystals is going to last approximately 24 hours. So you want to utilize the patch for that duration before you take it off and throw it away and put on a new one. So that's that. And as far as where you place them, that's the beautiful part about this technology as well, is that it utilizes acupuncture points from our traditional Chinese medicine training. Okay, so in traditional Chinese medicine, we learn about the flow of qi or prana or our life force, and it goes through meridians in our bodies. And those meridians are attached to organs or organ systems, and it helps us to understand exactly what's going on. So the Chinese practitioners believe that when there's blockage in that energy, that you begin to develop physical disease. So we put the patches on top of these acupuncture points for specific targeted effects. So that's what brings us together again to
Why I fell in love with these patches. The first day when he told me about it, and even the point where he placed the point on my back, right below the base of my neck, at the top of the spine. That's an amazing point. I should start quizzing you guys to see if you can name that point. So I won't even say what the point is, but in the next video, if you can name what that point is, I'm gonna give you a hint because I have something there already. What point is that? And if you can name it, send us a message and email us and let us know that you know what point that is. We'll have something for you in mind. But yes, this is one of the reasons I fell in love with the technology and the science behind it, because it follows the acupuncture meridians, and that is my background of discipline. It's amazing, for one, acupuncture itself, and then understanding how the organs in your body connects to these meridians and dictates. And if you just pay attention and really tune in to what that feels like and how to stimulate those points, you expand the benefits of these patches. Am I correct?
That's absolutely right. And so I'm thrilled and excited to be able to come up with different ways to utilize the patches in tandem, or to utilize more than one patch at a time. Or we've even played around with something called stacking, where we put the patches on top of each other, and we just basically sit back and watch the results and get a really good appreciation of exactly what these patches can do. So I encourage you guys to stay tuned as we continue to introduce more and more of the 11 patches available to us through LifeWave. and learn more about photobiomodulation, more about acupuncture points, and more about how you can naturally both prevent and provide a therapeutic benefit to yourself and your family and your community.
That's really good. So before we let you go, I just want to reiterate or ask Dr. Jeff to clarify for us, if you're interested in getting a glutathione patch, how would we go about providing that?
Okay, so one, you can get them actually from here at HeyyHealer, so you can contact Kira directly and she can get them to you. Or also you can go on the website, that is www.lifewave.com/KemetiCare, and that's my organization's page, and so you can purchase directly from there, and you know, I will hear about it and I actually engage you and hope that you understand exactly where to place the patches and understand exactly what you want to accomplish, and then that begins our dialogue as well, and gives me an opportunity to help you get the maximum benefit from your patch.
And definitely, if you are maybe a little hesitant about making the purchase for a full sleeve, so we are offering it's a 3 for $10 sampling where you can try the glutathione, but you may want to try the Eon patch, the one that I had my first experience with. So we can give you a combination of 3. We can give you 3 of the same just for you to try. Each one has a 12-hour course for you to definitely have them on the body, but that's an option for you as well. Dr. Hubbard's in the area. He can definitely meet you here at HeyyHealer, but definitely reach out to us, 469-490-1441. That's HeyyHealer with 2 Y's, HeyyHealer.com, and also HeyyHealer@gmail, especially if you have the answer for that acupuncture point, base of the neck, at the top of the spine. Let us know. Any last words, Dr. Jeff?
Well, you can also get me by phone, 972-215-7826, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Also, email me at info@KemetiCare.com, and I can get you any information there as well. And also, I encourage everyone to consider a consultation. That way we can talk more in more specific detail about exactly what it is that you want to accomplish, and I can recommend a patch regimen for you, and then, you know, give you some insight on the best way to pay for it and make sure that it's cost effective. And the patches are not expensive, guys. As you see, we can offer them a sample for 3 for $10. It's very affordable for the average individual who is looking to impact their health. So I think that's another valuable and powerful component of the company. And I just want to make sure that I reiterate this. This company is legitimate. They've been around since 2004. The owner, founder, and CEO, David Schmidt, has over 90 patents, not just with LifeWave technology, but with other sciences that have helped him to cultivate this particular business. And it's the science is there, the clinical trials are there. I mean, this is not some hocus pocus snake oil. This is a very powerful vehicle for health improvement, and I just encourage everybody to take this very seriously in a time like this where we need our immune systems to be at their maximum peak.
Yes.
I don't need to go any further. Here's a really good opportunity to raise your glutathione levels, which we just talked about is going to directly impact the way that your immune system functions, not just for people who have autoimmune issues, but for the average individual who just wants their immune system to be working at its peak.
Awesome. As he said, I'll just piggyback, this is the best time to exhaust every opportunity you have for optimal health and quality of life, right? So next week, actually not next week, 4th Wednesday,